What up, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Fencer, Princer, SoundCloud, SoundClick? It's your boy, Tone202. You guys, all right, so when I was asked to do predictions, I chose Cleveland. I was asked on a whim. I haven't watched baseball in 40 years. I just chose them because I thought Cleveland would be the city of champions this year. I was wrong. I don't mind being wrong because it's not a big deal to me. However, my second choice was New York. Now, I'm not trying to take credit for predictions when my first prediction is wrong. I chose New York only because of how many they have won in the past. Now I'm getting some, information from my subscribers, and they're saying, "Hey, it looks like New York might go." And this doesn't surprise me. Now let me give y'all some backstory on one reason why I stopped watching baseball. I really wasn't that much of a fan of baseball. I just liked the highlights. And two, what really discouraged me from watching New York themselves. Like, I was really discouraged with New York, and this was the team that really drove me out of baseball. Like, not even wanting to care about it. Okay? For one, New York is going up against the Astros. Let's just look at that. All right, this is the schedule coming up. New York's going up against the Astros. Okay. And, I don't know, Mikey James. All I know is you chose the Astros when it first started. And now you're choosing the Dodgers, and you're sticking with that, which is fine. But let's make note that you're sticking with the Dodgers now, Mike. Okay, can we do that? So if the Dodgers lose, can you apologize to people who you've been cursing out? I'd appreciate that. Because I apologize when I'm wrong. I was wrong about Cleveland. You guys, I'm sorry, I was wrong. They made a run for it. They lost in the first playoffs. Okay, it is what it is. Nonetheless, but New York, this is the reason why I was discouraged with New York, is because I looked at, for one, didn't A-Rod play for New York? Didn't he? I think he did. For one, I looked at the system itself and how these players could pretty much not even play and get a ridiculous amount of money. And I think A-Rod was an example of that. It was either A-Rod or there was another guy who was a dynamite player at once, and then he just fell off, and they were still paying this guy a ridiculous amount of money. And one of you guys are going to correct me and tell me who it was, and that's fine, because I don't watch it. But I watched the news, and he was in the news. I was like what? And another thing that discouraged me about New York is how much that they were paying their players, and it seemed like they had the biggest purse. And I was thinking, this is so lopsided because they kept winning. Look, they've won 27 World Series. Okay, 27? And now they look like they could take it again? Like, I'm not excited to pick that New York was going to win. Okay? Like, that's not exciting for me to predict that. Why? Because they've won so much. And they're not bad this year. Obviously, they're doing great. It's like, I don't know when New York is going to just suck so bad where you can say the next 5 years they won't even be in the playoffs. You can say that about other teams. Look at Detroit. Okay? You can say that about other teams. This team is so bad that they're not, what's Cincinnati doing? I don't know. I'm not going to go down the rosters. I'm just saying, you can say that about teams, and they're not going anywhere. You just know it. They're not going anywhere for the next 5 years. But New York, you can't do that. Because if you statistically look at, if you go back to to the freaking, I don't know when baseball started, you know what I'm saying? But if you go at least back to, 1920s, and you come all the way up to now, they're going to win. I don't know. Somebody do the average on that. It's like every 5 years they win. Every 5 years, New York wins. So it's not. If I would have said New York is going to win, that's not a prediction. That's statistics. There's a difference. Okay? There's a difference, especially for somebody who doesn't even watch sports, to come out and say, yeah, I think New York has a great chance of winning the World Series. Even if it's like your top 3 picks. Just the fact that you picked New York after you look at how much they've won, you know something's wrong. Who's going to playoffs next year? New York. New York is going to playoffs in 2018. I'm going to tell you that right now. There's a good chance they might win it all. 2018, New York wins. Write it down. It's not a prediction. It's just simple statistics. With some of you guys out there are really good at math. You do the math on that. Since baseball started, New York has won 27 World Series. What's the division on that? Every 5-6 years, boom, New York. Come on. They're the most winningest team out of the whole thing. And truthfully, I hope they don't win. For you baseball fans, for you people who just go so hard about these games and go in on people when they don't like your team, you know what I mean? I hope New York doesn't win. Listen, I hope they don't win because I want to believe that there's some honesty out there somewhere. That's why I don't want to believe that New York isn't going to win because I don't like New York. Heck, I wear their Yankee hats all the time. It's the most popular hat. It's the most sold hat. It's the Yankee hat. I am not from New York. I've only visited it once in my whole lifetime. I just know people who live there. But I don't represent New York, but I love the Yankee hat. Why? Because they win the most. They win the most. And people from New York wear this hat, and everybody see these rappers wearing these hats, so guess what they want to do? They want to wear the hat. They have the most money. It's a lopsided system. It really, really, really is. If I was a baseball, or if my son was a baseball player, just, coming out of college, and he was looking at getting drafted, I would be like, hey, if New York even sneezes in your direction, you get right on that, buddy. All right? You get right on that. Because another team may pay you more. You might be there for a 1 or 2 year contract. But New York, they'll freaking pay you good, really good, and you'll be there for 5-10 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. It's not even that you'll be there that long. It's the fact that if you're there at least 5 years, guess what? You won a championship. That's the game. If you're going to get drafted, go to New York. Because at least 5 years, you're going to get a championship ring or whatever they give you. Corny baseball hat or golden glove, whatever they give you. They give you a golden catcher's mitt. I don't know what they give you. I don't care. I'm just saying it's not a prediction to say that New York's going to win. It's freaking statistics. It's your boy Tone 202.